It all began in 1967 when a tortured soul named Will Harvey was born into the world. His childhood and teen years were full of pain, blood, and fire. But that's all meaningless to the story, so we'll skip over that. After graduating from Stanford University with impassioned dreams to aspiringly rise from a tiny fledgling programmer to a world-renowned game-developing superstar, he eagerly incepts and determinedly develops an eclectic multiplex of studios, games, and software for the Apple II in his early career. Lancaster in 1983, Zany Golf in 1988, and The Immortal in 1990, all of which would be distributed by and then frenziedly devoured by the ferocious behemoth that will soon be known as EA. Will Harvey had worked his little hands to the bone for mere pennies, and after seeing the success from his best friend John Carmack and Gabe Newell, legends who blooded the world's greatest masterpieces to be remembered for ages, Will swallowed the bitter taste of defeat with caked dust stuck in between his teeth that Johnny and Gaben left in their wake. He lies in bed awake most nights crying and pissing himself to nightmarish sleep until the day he would exact revenge on the Earth. He founded the company Rocket Science Games as the chief technical architect, terraforming it from the ground up. An emesis of all his love and labor went into the creation and maintenance of this pathetic studio, until it was swallowed and destroyed. After its apocalyptic demise in 1997, the pungent miasma of rot swells from the dead bodies surrounding the dust-settled battlefield. Will Harvey is the only remaining survivor, alongside Elon Musk, that is. Both of them wipe their mouths of coughed-up ichor and forlornly go their separate ways into an unforeseen future. But Will still had some will left in him, pouring the last of his boiling blood, seething sweat, and trembling tears into what is one of the first MMOs in this heartless planet. A strange, silly game called There. Your Friends Are Here. Not much is known about this mysterious abandonware. Even lost media experts have only a virginal understanding of its existence. All that remains is the website and a downloadable client. What goes on inside of this obscured universe would warrant a video of its own. Nexpo. After delectably sipping from the eternal fountain of online gaming, Will Harvey expeditiously paved the winding way for himself, finally finding his road to the throne. But what was the cost?
Everything.
He crawls down an infernal path of no return, and lamentably births the beast that is
IMVU. The acronym doesn't mean anything, but the game, to many, means everything. It needs no introduction, because even if you've never played it, you still saw it on the sidebar of whatever site you were on back in the day. It's a lot like Worlds or Second Life, but not as complicated or unkempt. We understand that all social platforms will inexorably attract predators, and it's solely their fault alone when they exploit a child. So we'll give IMVU the benefit of the doubt.
For the moment.
Like all of us, the humble genesis of IMVU began unsullied and undefiled, with pure intentions as a visual instant messaging service, cleanly operating as a medium for people to talk, with the world and fauna sporting a safe appearance and presentation. It made a tiny spark in the dark void of social networks. But after an eon of being beaten by the colossi of MySpace and Facebook, the IMVU gods were unsatisfied with its inferior stratum. And on these grounds, the corporation commenced a change of incommensurate proportions in 2011, and they enterprised a more sexy and lustful look and feel for the game. It slowly evolved into what is now almost unrecognizable from its original design, and began to function more like an environment for virtual dating and cybersexual interactions. It caused a cataclysmic big bang in the online sphere, a titanic risk that favorably paid itself in unceasing spades when hormonal teenagers began pouring in by the bolo. Finally, they usurped the crown, and like all kings, became tyrants. The app holds almost 1 million reviews, with a 4.3 and 4.6 stars on the Play and App Stores respectively. A lot of people love this game, boasting 7 million players every month with an average uptime of 55 minutes of activity per user. It's regarded by some as the most markedly engaging way to communicate with others online. Avatars are almost endlessly customizable, with the absolute biggest catalog of virtual items in the history of online marketplaces. It has even conceived its own inception of social media, an entire economy, marketplace, mimic Instagram feed, an in-house Tinder clone, and an entire microcosm of famous in-game celebrities live within its walls. Just to quote their about page, participation is addictive, and the equation is simple. If you can imagine it, you can create it, shop for it, and be in it. In IMVU.
It is now clear to us that this game is not what it pretends to be. That is abundantly obvious to even the most devout players who have been on it for years. No matter how much fun it may be, we're going to be objective and in no way ignore the incautiously predatory business practices that the company paves for individuals with sinful intent.
For ages, it's been explicitly targeting and advertising to tweens and children. Their rigorous ad campaigns still meticulously endure even to this day, actively encouraging romantic and sexual behavior between strangers, exasperated by the conventionally attractive avatars. So it is no wonder that a lot of guiltlessly unaware teenage girls go into this game trying to find young love, just to arrive at a rape kit on the other side of the rainbow.
And it is no secret either, horrifying records of underage grooming, CP trading, and human trafficking thrash beneath the synthetic facade IMVU fervently fiends.
So they can quit faking like them and their audience know not the things they've done. Literally, open a new tab, go to YouTube, and type IMVU. You'll be met with a noxious stack of the most asinine and disgusting. Because currently, every single video is about either incest, abuse, or pedo shit. Why? Why does the keyword IMVU immediately direct us to this?
Oh, but how could we forget? IMVU sure diddly does act like it has your child's protection in mind. So why is this game an unmoderated fucking hellscape that allows the most unrepentant sinners of mankind to assimilate within the underbelly of its soft-seeming skin?
Pedophilia is only one of its infinite illnesses. That trust and safety page we showed you before, all lies. Just telling customers and investors what they want to hear, and nothing more. The report page is completely useless, without even an option to document the predators. And their video message to parents literally sounds like it was made by a
silly goober.
Your safety is our most important responsibility. The IMVU promise is about finding the right balance between allowing you to have fun and express yourself, and creating a welcoming community that is safe for everyone.
Distinguished.